On this episode 7 of Justin Crockett Show, we're going to be talking about the Blue Beetle movie. We're going to be talking about Keke Plamer and Usher doing his boyfriend video. We also going to be talking about Tyrese suing Home Depot. And I'm going to be giving you my 5 wide receivers in the NFL for 2023. Next. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Justin Crockett Show. I'm your host, Justin Crockett. Now I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Melissa.
Hello, hello.
All right, and if you're new here, what is up? I'm just your average guy talking and giving my takes on sports, movies, trending news topics, everything pretty much. And my wife's here to help me pretty much. And if you're returning, what is up, JC Squad? Don't forget, guys, to support this show. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and leave a like so YouTube knows it's a good video. And tell everybody you know, your mama, sister, your brother. Thank you, guys. It's really appreciated. I really appreciate the love and support you guys have been giving me thus far. All right, now I want to talk about my top 5 NFL wide receivers for the 2023 NFL season. At number 5... For me, at number 5, I am going to go with Stefon Diggs, the Buffalo Bills wide receiver. Now, Stefon Diggs, he's definitely a route runner. He's a great route runner. I wouldn't say the best route runner, but he's one of the top ones. He's up there. And if you do not double team this guy, he will get over the top of you with his speed. He'll get over the top of you with his speed. He can definitely make contested catches. But he is at number 5 for me. At number 4, he hasn't been in the league that long, but he has been in the league long enough to establish himself and make a name for himself pretty much. It's going to be Jamar Chase of the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, this guy, Jamar Chase, he can run routes. He can do intermediate, but his forte is going deep. He can get open deep and win. And he can make contested catches. He's one of Joe Burrow's number 1 target. Joe Burrow just throws that thing up to him, literally. He can burn you deep, burn you medium. This guy is definitely a route runner. And, I like Jamar Chase. He's really, pretty good. LSU product. All right, at number 3 for me, I am gonna go. Man, this is tough. This is a tough decision, but I am gonna go with Davante Adams, the Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver. What can I say about Davante Adams? He is a hardworking guy for real, and he can run routes like it's nothing. He's a good route runner. He will deceive you with his footwork at the line of scrimmage. His release is insane. His release is crazy. But then he may not be the fastest guy, but he will speed by you if you're not careful and catch a long one on you. And then at number 2 for me, this was tough. The first 2 spots were tough for me. I kept going back and forth. But at number 2, the Cheetah. I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill, the wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. And what can I say about Tyreek Hill? He is a burner. Fastest guy in the league. And if you're not careful, you blink, he is past you. Literally. He has the nickname Cheetah for a reason. Like, I seen this guy last year take a little intermediate pass and go 60 yards. Like, he caught it, went 60 yards with that thing to the house. Like, it wasn't even a deep pass. So he can go deep and run those deep routes and get wide open deep. But that's not his only game. Like, he can catch it underneath and then take that thing to the house because he's so fast. He will just run right by you. My number 1 wide receiver, I'm going to have to give it to my namesake, Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver for the Vikings. Now, he is truly one of the best wide receivers of the NFL. This guy could run routes. He has spectacular footwork. His release, just like with Davante Adams, is insane. His release is great. He will beat you at the line of scrimmage and get wide open. he can go deep. He can go deep and get open, or like I saw many times last year, homeboy can make contested catches like it's nothing. Like I know he's made some on the Patriots. The Patriots game, he's made a bunch of contested catches when they were in that game. And then there was another game, the Packers, he made like contested catches like over like 3 guys. Like Justin Jefferson is the truth. Those hands, he has hands for days. Amazing. So he's the truth. And that's just why he's the number 1 wide receiver for the NFL in 2023 for me. And that was my list of the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL for 2023. We did go watch Beetle over this weekend, and we did do an out of the theater review, but we want to expand on that and give you the whole view on the whole review of Blue Beetle. So let's talk about the good first. The good of this movie, Mel. Mel, what were some good things that stood out to you from this movie, Blue Beetle?
What stood out to me, it was we had Hispanic superhero.
So cultural representation for Hispanics, having a Hispanic superhero, that stood out to me as well as part of the good. I like the family dynamics. Everybody that played the family was so great in this movie. Love George Lopez. George freaking Lopez was amazing. Funny. He's always funny. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, some other good stuff was actually the fighting scenes are pretty dope. They were actually pretty good. I didn't mind them at all. I felt like they were done really well. The soundtrack worked for the movie, worked for the Blue Beetle movie. It worked. They had a lot of great callbacks and inside jokes. You know, like if you're a Hispanic family, you would definitely get all the jokes. You would get all of them. The bad about this movie, definitely did not outweigh the good. So that's a good thing going for DC. But the bad stuff was really just the villain. The villain was just like your ordinary villain. I couldn't stand her, but she was just like your ordinary villain, just like your prototype, like just your regular villain of a superhero movie. I mean, I get it, but she was just like she didn't have no depth of character. She was just really one chord, you know what I'm saying? Then also it's a superhero movie. Some people saying that, you have superhero fatigue, and I believe that's definitely a thing. That's a thing for some people. But I will say overall, for me, I don't have superhero fatigue. And so overall, this movie for me, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the best DC movies this year. That they have come out with, one of the best DC superheroes movies, should I say, they have come out with this year. And I think it's a step in the right direction. And I guess we're going to be seeing more of Blue Beetle. So, Mel, what did you think overall of Blue Beetle?
I loved the movie. Loved. At one point, I did want to cry.
Oh, yeah, the emotional depth of this movie. Oh, yeah, the emotional impact of this movie was great as well. I love... They send you through this journey emotionally. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I almost cried too. It was emotional in some parts of this movie.
I wanted to cry and I felt angry at the same time.
Yeah, you felt what the characters
villain.
Felt. Yeah. You felt what the characters felt. That means they're doing a good job acting. That's what that means. But overall, would you recommend people going to see Blue Beetle?
Hell yeah, because I will see it again too.
Yeah, absolutely. I recommend you guys go see it as well. It is a good little movie, fun little movie. Go see it. Here is our ratings for Blue Beetle. Mel, let's get to some Keke Plamer news. Now, if you guys haven't watched, on my first episode, I did talk about Keke Plamer and her boyfriend's drama and how he basically called her out on social media saying that you're a mom, you can't wear that, blah, blah, blah. And I felt like, Mel, we didn't get your perspective on this, but I felt like that homeboy should have just waited till she got home and confronted her that way. But Mel, what do you think? What do you think about that situation before we get into this?
I felt like he should have waited till she got home and they could have like talked about it.
They could have like talked about it. Do you feel like Keke was wrong in any way?
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Yeah. I mean, I get your like fangirling over Usher, but I feel like it was like a little bit too much. Or, yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Felt like it was a little bit too much. Okay. Some people would agree. It's a little bit too much. I felt like she didn't go as crazy as she probably could have. But I do feel like that it wasn't too much. Let's just put it that way. But then at the same breath, it wasn't too much. But anyway, so after that, they basically, it's official now that Keke and her boyfriend Darius has split and everything, if y'all didn't know. And recently, Keke and Usher made a little music video, and the track was titled Boyfriend. And basically, I feel like this video is mocking Darius, and she's kind of clapping back at him. If you guys haven't watched the video, I'm going to let you watch the video in its full entirety. You can do that. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. But at the end of this video, this music video titled Boyfriend, she's on the phone or whatever, and then she's like,
she petty.
and she says, "I'm a mom."
And then winks.
And then winks to the camera. If y'all didn't see that part, I'm going to play it.
What time is it? Damn it, I missed the show. Shit, I'm so tired. I'm a mother, after all.
So, yeah. Do you feel like that was petty, Mill? Do you feel like that was petty?
I mean, it was petty, but she was doing what she got to do. I mean, he called her out, so why can't she do the same thing?
He did call her out, but they finally broken up. They broke up though, so
it don't matter.
They broke up. They broke up finally.
He was being petty. Now she can be petty as too.
Amen. They broke up. Did you see that coming? Did you see them breaking up? I ain't gonna lie. I saw them breaking up.
Yeah, I low key saw it.
Yeah. After that reaction, everybody was coming after him after he said all that on social media. After that reaction, I just knew the time was ticking on homeboy.
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. Now he's just a baby daddy. But anyway, let us know what you think of this situation. Do you think Keke was petty? Do you think Keke was right? Do you think Darius was right? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. All right. So if you guys didn't know, there was a situation that happened with Tyrese and his two workers at Home Depot. Mel, did you hear about this story?
Yeah, I was reading an article at work when I saw it.
When you saw it?
Yeah. Okay.
So for those of you who haven't heard about the story, let me tell you what happened. So Tyrese was basically at Home Depot. He had his two Hispanic workers with him. So when they got to the cash register, there was a white female cashier, and she didn't want to ring their purchase up. But instead of arguing with the woman, Tyrese said he was going to wait in his car and told the cashier that he authorized the purchase, and that, his workers could buy it for him, blah, blah, blah. So he hands his worker his card, and she said, everything's fine. So his friend, while Tyrese is waiting outside, his friend calls him and says she's giving them a hard time. So Tyrese goes back into the store, asks for the manager, and after back and forth with the cashier, he was able to complete his transaction. And meanwhile, all of this, he did not get to talk to the manager. The manager refused to speak with him. So now, after all that, Tyrese is suing Home Depot. Now, Mel, do you feel like this is this is good? You think this is right? You feel like Tyrese has a point here of suing Home Depot?
He does, because they were racial in profile.
Racial profiling.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. They were racially profiling them. Not to mention this lady was, and then for the manager not to speak with him and ask what the problem is, you're a manager. You gotta you're supposed to fix the problem whenever a customer has a problem. But for the manager to refuse to talk to them, that says something about that Home Depot.
Bad management right there.
Bad management, bad employee, all the way around. Racially profiling. And plus, on top of that, Tyrese gave them authority to, gave him his card, gave him authority to, make his purchase for him, and he's going to wait in the car. I guess to not cause a scene.
Yeah.
Because he's Tyrese, he's a celebrity. So I guess so now everybody, everybody doesn't see him in the store. But for this cashier lady, this white female cashier to hear that and know that and still give them a hard time is baffling to me. Baffling. And like you said, she's definitely racially profiling Tyrese and his two Hispanic workers. It sucks that this is what society still is, how we can still be and have racial problems and have racism still. Like, this world is bigger than that. This needs to stop. Like, what was the point? What was the point in all that? I don't know why this white female cashier had a problem with people of color or the minority, but I would fire her. And if you don't, then something's wrong with that manager, and then the manager and the worker should be fired. Do you think they should be fired, Mel?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I feel like if the manager has a problem with firing the employee, then they both should be fired. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that cashier should be fired, and if there's a problem with that from the manager, they both should be fired. That's what I think. That's how I feel. But Tyrese is totally right to sue Home Depot. Heck, I would. Look, don't treat me like that. Look, I'm a person just like you, and I should be treated that way. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Tyrese has a point here? What would you do in this situation? Let me know down in the comments. That's our show, guys. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for clicking on this video. You guys can keep on supporting by hitting the like button and hitting the subscribe button for me, and also telling your mama, sister, your brother, everybody you know. And also, there's some great videos on my channel about all different kind of topics. If you're into anything, I got it for you. But until next time, Melly.
Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.